revisit. And that's that. We need to go with pattern paper on these sides, but I will come back to that. We're gonna go on to this side here. Now, I just need to tell you, this one we've got just the pocket. It is gonna come over onto this side. That's why I didn't want to do bulky or heavy stuff on here. A pocket, it is fine because it's going to come over, and this is part of your closure. Keep that in mind when you do your own. This side we can, because it's going to be in over here, so there we can do whatever we like. I'm gonna get it all ready, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the fall. Lucky the sun is moving away from my work surface. I have copy paper here so I can show you how to make this waterfall. I've done it already. You need 1 5¼ by 8½. You need 5 by 5¼ by 7. On the 7th side, you're all going to score them at 1/2 inch. I've done mine. Score it at 1/2 inch. We will put this one aside for now. Then you're going to go and measure on your right hand side. You're going to measure 1/2 inch from the bottom. You're going to make a mark. Now it's up to you how you want to do this. You can put this in your trimmer and you can cut it from that 1/2 inch to this point. To that point. From the 1/2 inch to the point on your trimmer. Or you can take your ruler and you can make a line. You can cut on the line with your scissors. And you mark this one 1. The R1/2 is just right hand side to that side. Or you can take, and this is what I did, I've put score tape or glue and I've put it at the top. Make sure that you are even and off your score line, and finish it. Another thing is, make 100% sure you are even on both sides of your paper. And with this I'm a little bit off, but that's all right. This is my template and I'm going to show you. You're going to move that up and you're going to make a mark from your score line 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch. I did 1/4 inch, and that's where I'm going to place the next one. Now the tape I've got here, it is a repositional tape, and I did score this one way too much, and that is tearing it, but I am still going to use it. Now let's do, hopefully it's going to go. Now I'm going to put it on the mark, 1/4 inch, and burnish. Alright, make sure they are even. Let's do some, but it just needs to stay there. Okay, we're going to do the next one the same, and we're going to come down 1/4 inch, and we will place it. And then the last one as well, 1/4 inch, and we will put it down. Now you can make, you've got your mark on your right hand side, you flip this over, you've got the 1/2 inch on your left hand side, flip it over, 1/2 inch on your right hand side, flip that one over, 1/2 inch on the left hand side, flip it over on your right hand side. You can put this in your trimmer like that to there, and you can cut it. It's easy. I just need to get mine and I can show you. I'll start with this one. I put my mark and I turn it on an angle, and my point is on this side, and my pencil mark, so make a decent pencil mark so you can see it, and my point there, and cut. Bring the next one over, do the same, angle that pencil mark and the point, and cut. Then we're going to go to the next one, pencil mark and your point, cut. And this one as well, pencil mark to the point and cut. And then this one, pencil mark, point, cut. And you do have a zigzag end of the waterfall. Let me bring mine in and I can show you. That is what it looks like. And it folds over. Right, now we're gonna go and get pattern paper for it. But I just need to let you know, this is not my idea. I saw this, one of the designer team for Graphic 45, she did this with her latest project, and It really is beautiful. You can check her out the way they did it. It is easy. We will put pattern paper on this. I'm going to go through my stash. I'm going to check and see what pattern papers I can use to put on here. I will come back and give you the measurements. You can go ahead and do it yourself. Just make sure that you do have all around the same amount, black or white, what you work with shows. And I'm going to start doing mine. Let me show you. I've put my pattern paper on and I've just used 2 different designs, and it really came out nice. I'm not putting anything on that side, and I'm really happy with it. Now this is ready to go into our book, our folder I should say, but we are going to have a closure. You can decide what kind of closure do you want. Do you want a long one that's going over all of them like that? Or do you just want a small one on the side? Or even a shorter one? I've just cut this. It is 1 inch by 8 1/4, and then I score it at 1/2 inch and 5/8 of an inch. And I think I may not use the long one. I think I will make it shorter. Remember it's a 1/2 inch and then 5/8 of an inch that you need to score to have a little bit like a square. And I'm just going to put some tape on. Now I have mine. I'm using this grid line here so I can have it even with that grid line. I'm just going to do pencil mark there, so I can't go over with the tape over that pencil line, so it's going to be on the edge, and then I will take that off. And I'm just gonna fold it in, and let's try that again on the fold line. I've just put it on the fold line to make it even, because this goes on an angle, so this closure is straight. And let's do another piece of another blob of glue. Might push it. Hold it. I think I will move it to the middle. On the bag as well, and I did cover the magnet, and that is still a bit wet, and we are ready. We can put this in our folio. Score tape, and we will go. Just be careful, remember you are on an angle, Just gonna go over that one. Right, let's try and put it like in the middle. This one is easy because we do have quite a big gap between the score lines and the end of our book, but you know, straight, and think I'm good. That's it. Now we can go into this middle over here. I do have the paper ready. I'm just going to grab it. So I do have another, just a fold out, and we have this one at 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we score it 1/2 inch. We do have another pocket, the same one as what we made in on the other fold out that we've done in the middle. Exactly the same measurements, and I did punch this out for a belly band. I just need to get paper, and I think I haven't used this one. Pattern paper, it's ready to work with my belly band. So the belly band, it was a piece of offcut that I've used, and it measures 2 5/8, and I just made sure that it's long enough so it's 9 1/8 that I can wrap around the pattern paper. I just make sure that there is enough on either side to wrap around the paper. Normally I don't score this. I just hold it, make sure that's where I want it. I'll turn it over, and then I will make sure that both sides has got even space to wrap it. I will lift the one side up and I'll bend it. I'll use the edge of my paper and I'll bend it and just burnish it. Then make sure I am in the middle. I'm looking good. Putting it down, butt it up, so I am there, and I'm going to glue it. And finish it down. So I can do the same with this side. Bend it and just bring it over. And now I can glue it. It's that easy. Now we need to look for paper to put onto a belly band. There is my belly band and it's finished, and I've put it onto my page. This was part of the front that I've just put on white cardstock, cutting it out and glue it down, and it actually looks nice. We can do score tape on the side, and it is the flap that's facing you, that's where the score tape is gonna go. And if you put it on the other side, just gonna have to cut a strip of paper, pattern paper, and cover it, because it goes into the book like that. Now for this side, we will use our little pocket, and it's, remember, it's top. We've got it at the top, open at the top, and the other one I had it on this side. I think I will put this one on the opposite side. We just need some pattern paper for it, and I don't know if I will have. Right, this is what I've done with the 2 pages, and I had this strip left, and I just glue that on so I can join it, and then we're gonna put our pocket onto this side. But first I'm gonna find some paper to put onto the pocket, to put some glue. And burnish let's see, nothing come out, and that is all good. And we can put this page onto here, so we can glue it on and place it on our fold out, and make sure we do have even spaces around. I'm going to do mine, and then I'll come back and I can show you. I'm ready to put mine in. Are you ready? I glue it all, and it's like that in the middle. Now I'm going to line mine up, top, bottom, and I do have it in the middle. I'm gonna take a little bit off, make 100% sure it's clean, it is even there. I'm still even here, and it's in, and just burnished it. Finish it, that's it. I do still have this one to do, and I think I will use, I might use this one. I'm not very fond of this. Now this one is more interesting. Now I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to trim it down. It is a little bit too long, and it looks exactly the same as this one, that is a bit shorter at the top there, but that's fine. It works, it will work. Did the notch already as well, and that is a nice deep pocket. We need to get paper to put over there, and I think I might use these strips, the green and the pink, and I cover it. I'm not covering this because there is actually nothing that you can see that you have to cover, and that side as well. I haven't covered anything there. We are so far that we've finished with the inside of our folio, and let me show you. That's gonna go first, that, and then this one, and you will see they just follow and they lie flat, and there is enough space for photos. We're gonna go and do the cover. Now we're ready to cover our folio. This is the plaid that I decided I'm gonna use. I just want to show you, it's green. I wonder if it's gonna, now I want to use this lace as well. I've got this in my stash for quite a while. It is couture lace, and I think it's gonna look nice. Let's do the cover. I've got my paper down to show a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 on this both sides. I did put it a little bit away. This probably is a 1/4 of an inch on this side, so you can, you know, where you can open it easily. What I did, let it stand up, have it in position, pinch this with my thumb and make a score line. Still holding it, and make a score line there for me. And that's all I did. Take it off, and I come over and I make sure it's even on the side, and I just pressed it lightly, and do the other one. It's even on the side, and I press lightly. So I do have my marks then for my spine, and I did my score tape all around. This is the spine. I did my score tape. See where the fold is there, at the edge of the fold, and that one as well. This one on the edge, that one in the edge, and I just put a strip in the middle and 2 strips in the middle. Now the paper is not long enough to wrap around, and this is the other side. So this is half of the back coming to the front that way, and this one is this way. Okay, and that's it. It's gonna meet. Now let's do our closure. On this stage you can decide what you want to use for a closure. I think I'm gonna do a seam binding. That is a ribbon. This is my ribbon. It is seam binding Hug Snug. Ooh, I've got this for a very, very long time, and you can't even see that I've used it. That's how much is still left. Now you have to do, if you do ribbon, you have to do it now before we put the paper on. And I don't want a big ribbon, so when we do the closure I wanted the ribbon to be here. just lying on top of this one. So that's why I don't really want it that long, shall I say. And I think this is far enough to go onto my page, maybe too long, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab my score tape and I'm just going to put it in position. Make sure you're in the middle. Make 100% sure you're in the middle. And that is it. Now you can put your score tape on the side here, but remember I've got mine a little bit like 1/4 of an inch. My paper is going to start, and then on my paper I do have the score tape there, so that's why I will put it here just to hold it in place. And then I'm just gonna eyeball and cut, and I'm just gonna do the same length for the other side. You can use magnets as well, then you have to do it all now before you put on the paper. Now this, I'm just gonna hold that there to give me where this one is gonna go. And let me get my tape ready. I won't put that much. I'm not gonna put that much in. This is all more than enough. So this is what I mean by if you close your folio. I'm not going to pull it tight. That's where I want the ribbon to be. Right, now let's do this. Again, let's cut that piece off. It's standing up, and I'm just going to burnish. Now I did burnish all of this already, and that is the start for me. I'll have my glue ready. I hope I'm gonna get my art glitter glue out. Oh yeah, it's still moving. It's a bit chilly today. The start of our winter. Just want to see. Oh, no luck. No luck. I just want to close it up again. And then I'm going to come back to this one. I will use that one instead. Now, I'm not taking everything off. You know me by now, I'm not that brave. I'm just going to do it section by section and make sure that I run this straight as best as I can. This one I will take off, and then let's just do some glue. You don't need to do the glue, but you know I do. Now I am going to do a little bit of the glue, a small piece, a little bit over, just to give me enough wiggle room just for this. When I got this in place, My glue's still oozing. When I've got this in place in the beginning, then I know I'll be fine for the rest of the placement. I'm going to have that one, that one, that one, and we can lift this one. Just need to see where my fold is. Okay, I'm on my fold, and now I make sure that I am, it feels like I'm good. Now we can take that one off completely, and let's finish it. I'm gonna go in the middle, that one in the middle, and the glue. Oh, because this will help me to keep everything in place so I can carry on with the rest. Now I'm going to take this one off as well. And I'm going to pull a little bit. Just do a little bit at a time, and you won't feel intimidated. We have to let this stand up, all right, to make sure, yes, I am good. I'm on my lines, and going to peel a little bit more. See if I can get this off. I don't want to press too hard. And I'm going to peel that a little bit more. I'm going to bring this one over a little bit more. I'm going to take the middle one off. Okay, now I am to my first score line. Let your book stand up, put it over, press it over with your hand, make sure you're still even, and I'm fine. Right. I'm going to come to the back side and we take off just this two here. And let's stand up, have it in position where it should be. Need to get that one out the way so I can see it. That's it. And glue. Now we can take all of this off because we should be fine at this stage. I'm going to pull that one, pull this one. Just going to turn it so I can put my hands not on the score tape. It's hard not to get your hands on the glue side. And this one over here, and don't forget we've just got this little one here as well, and bring it and let's burnish. I'm going to burnish up to the edge, stand up to the edge in the middle, this edge as well, that one over there, and the whole section. Right, we are this far. I am going to close this. No, I cannot. I'll have to take that to there and then just, I think I put this in too early. I should have had this one first, and let's see how this is going to work. I probably did put this one in too early. Okay, I just gonna see. I think I can still maneuver it. I think so. This is gonna go over, and that is not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. That's still a long piece to do. Okay, let's do that. And I'm just going to take this part off, a little bit there and a little bit here. Need to get this even with this. All right, I'm gonna do let me turn it this way. I can see better. I am skew. I'm gonna take that one a little bit, and let's see. I'm on my fold line. I'm connecting. Yes. So I'm even with both sides there. Now we can turn it to this. Make sure. I just need to get that piece out. Not that much. It's a bit too much. Fold it out. And fold this out. Now we're on the spine. Stand up, hold it in position, bring it over with your hand and press it down. The other side of the spine. And a little bit more of that one. A little bit more of this one. Holding it up. Press it down. Now I can open this and try try and have it in a square. Okay, we can open this. And let's get glue. There. Oh, I can hear the pop of the glue and everything. Right, let's see. Our seam binding is still working. It will still work. What I'll do is I will glue it around to here, and then because that is where I want the ribbon to be here. I don't know about you, but you can see I'm a bit skew. Okay, so it's not a problem. I can put something over here, another strip, something just to make this even. And it's not that much, but it is visible to the eye. This is our folio covered, and I think it really looked nice. I'm happy with it so far. Now I am going to put this on. I just need to measure and see how much I need, and I'm just going to do a rough cut. Just want to get my scissors. I'm just doing a rough cut over here. So I can cut it down to what I want. Right, let me show you what I've done. I've put the lace on and just a few flat back pearls, and there it is. That is how the lace is. Now I've done the end of my seam binding as well. Sorry for the noise outside, people are walking their dogs. And the end of the seam binding, I did that as well. So all I did was I used a round punch. This is the smallest one I do have, and I think it is, it's 1.5 inches, and I just fold it in half because the seam binding, they do come undone, and just glue it that it is together. On the inside I've done a small pocket and just glue it on a white piece of cardstock, and I've just covered my mistake. On this side I did add another piece because all the glue seeped through the seam binding. It's very fine, and that all seeped through. And then I might do something over here to not having an edge there and an edge there. I was thinking of maybe if I put some strips, or just to hide it, but that's an afterthought. Then for the front, what I've done is a small it's a small booklet. This was an offcut. I just cut it to fit, and it is just with a magnet. I've put my magnet there already. There's the other one, and I did some score tape, and this is what I'm going to put on here. I will do it a little bit on an angle, and you can still see and all right what is everything about the pictures in the book. We are down. Let's open up, and I can burnish, and that's it. And there it is. This is our front. I will put some stickles on this just to highlight it a little bit more, and it looks a little bit more shiny. I'm just going to open it and open it this side. Oops, the ribbon. That's okay, we've got some shiny ribbon. I'm gonna push it in there. Let's see, a photo mat for our belly band. Now I don't have any offcuts here anymore, so I'm going to get a new sheet, and then this is what I do. I normally measure eyeball, and I see, okay, there I need to cut it off, then it's gonna fit. And then how big do I want this? If I'm gonna cut it over here, let me see, how big is this? So that's 5.5 by 8. Now on this stage also you need to decide, are you going to cut this and then it's a photo mat, or are you going to score it here and have it in a fold? That's a booklet. I'm going to score on my 5.5, and let's make a booklet. My scoreboard, and just want to see 5.5. I need to score a little bit more than once, and I turn it. I just don't want it to crack. Let's put our book a little bit away, and we do have more room. And we burnish. We still need to cut this down, and we need to cut that. Sometimes I don't cut that off, I use it as a pocket. Let me show you how to do that. But first, let's cut this off. So I did cut mine at 8, very tight, and then I cut off 1/4 inch, and that is a much better fit. Now I just want to see that is what the fit is. Now over there, that piece there, it's a nice piece, and I think that is scoreboard. I'd rather do it with a scoreboard, and I know that is 3/4 of an inch, and we can score. Open it up, 3/4 of an inch, and we will score. Turn it and score again. Let's fold on our score line and burnish. So when we close this up, we can open it anyway. We're going to have a small line of glue on this side, a small line of glue on that side, and that is a pocket. I did manage to get my art glitter glue to work. It's a little bit hotter, and now my craft room is very cold. And let's push it over. Now I've just pinched it a little bit in. You can see the gap, or you can put that over there and press it down. You can burnish. Now you can have decorative paper on here, and then you can slide it in, and that is our photo for our photos, ready for our photos. And even you can write in here, or you can put some paper in here to write, because that pocket is small enough. I'm going to dig into my offcuts and see what I can find to put on there, and what I can found for this one. I still got. Let me show you what I've done. I decided to go with a pattern paper. It looks nice with the flowers, and I've just measured it to fit on the booklet. I left the inside white, and I used that strip to put on the pocket. And photo mats that I've done to fit in the pocket. You can get more in there when you do yours, but this is just a quick way of showing it. This piece was cut off from here, and I mounted that one on, and then I had another piece left that fit perfect on this one, and I just round the corners. I like to round the corners. So this is 5 by 4.5, and it goes into the pocket. Lift a little lid there so you can pull it, and then I don't know what this one is. Like I said, it's just an off cut. This is a 4 3/8 by 3 1/4, and I'll just pop that in there. Might do it. Let's do it this way. And that is what you can see. That is for that fold out. We do have the belly band. We're gonna come to this one over here. This is a closure for that. I've just put this piece in here, but I will do another one. Lift up, lift over, over, and we do have pockets here where we can put photo mats in as well. And now we can see if we need to leave the lens, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I am going to leave the lens. What I want to do is just pick my paper. I've got this one left. I do have this one left. No, it's not enough. I do have this one left. And maybe, yes, maybe I'm going to do this. Flowers in the middle. And I just left this plain white. It looks nice if you've got just a black and white photo, or I just want to grab a photo. I've got some photos here. Let me just grab a photo. If you've got a photo without a white border, that looks very nice. Then you do have your white. And then this one, it has got a white border. It also looks nice, but I prefer the photos without a white border. Sorry, a white border, and it looks good. Even here, when you want to put a photo on, oh, this one with the white border. Doesn't matter which white you choose, it will work. And that is our closure for that. And then this one is going to be the same as we've done with the other one, and then all this is ready for pictures. That way, or you can have some smaller pictures on. Doesn't matter which way you want to do it, it's ready there for you. On this side, this is just offcuts. I really like these small photos. This is an offcut of this paper, and I've tucked that in. I still need to round these corners, and that is that one. You can see how much pattern paper I still got left, and then I will mount pattern paper on these ones, glue pattern paper on them, and then we do have a photo mat over here as well. This is a very bit of tight. I'll have to cut this down. I think it's too tight to put in. Even if you put a photo on top there, it will be too tight. I'm just going to take it out, leave it there so I can do that. Bring this over. The front, it is now nice and dry. And let's put that aside. This, and let's close. I'm not pulling it very tight because I'm still going to work. And that is our folio all done, and this is the end of this tutorial. Our folio is pretty, and it's a big one, a hardcover folio. My next folio with the same paper pack, it will be a soft cover folio, very easy as well. It's going to be in no time you will have it done. and I'm gonna use up all the paper. For this I just have a little bit of scrap left. I hope you did as well. We use as much as we could with our paper. And thank you so much for spending your time with me again. Until the next one.